This video will show how to use the Create W2 forms. It is intended for the Pro Fund Accounting user that needs to create and distribute the W2s. The video will aid in the learning process of how to make W2s as well as making this process less complicated from start to finish. Pro Fund Accounting reduces the complication further by changing from a wizard style structure to a single screen and adding the capability of printing just one employee if needed. To begin, you need to select the year you wish to work. The list will show you the tax years that you have already calculated and any of the years that you need to calculate. Select the year you wish to view or calculate. If the year is not calculated, the Calculate buttons will enable, allowing you to calculate the W-2s for that year. Make sure you choose the correct calculation options before you calculate. The Calculate Third-Party Pay option will calculate a W-2 record from the information provided by the third-party pay system in Pro Fund Accounting. The Combine W-2s by Social Security option will combine the W-2 records for any employee that has multiple W-2 records by their Social Security number. We do not save the Calculate options, so you need to ensure that you set it every time you want to calculate. Click the Calculate W-2 Forms button, and all the employees that received the taxable pay for that year, their totals will show up in the list. Pro Fund Accounting software allows you to safely calculate the W-2s over and over again. There is no need for an uncalculate W-2 step. Let's review. We choose the tax year you want to work on. Select the Calculate options to use. And calculate the W-2s for the tax year. Look at the list of employees to verify that all the employees listed and each of their individual information is correct. If you find any discrepancies, you can fix them using the Review Modify Records button. To do this, highlight the employee you wish to change and select the Modify. Make the appropriate change and save the record. Be aware that any fixes you perform this way will be lost if you recalculate the year. The better way is to make changes in the payroll system and recalculate the year rather than the modify record method. This way, if you do need to recalculate the year again, you will not have to modify the employee by hand again. Now that the year is calculated, in order to print or make the electronic file, you need to select which employees you want to include. Check the checkbox next to the employees that you want to print, include in a W-3 or in the electronic file. There is a Select All at the top of the column. Select the appropriate employer and kind for the printed W-3 and/or the electronic file. The W-3 options will put an X in the correct box on the W-3 report or set the correct value in the electronic file. If you have any trouble figuring out what to select, refer to the W-3 instructions provided by the IRS. We do not save your W-3 selection options, so you need to ensure that it is set every time you enter the screen. Review. Verify that each employee is correct. Select the employees to act on, and select the W-3 options. To print the W-2 4-up for the employees you selected, start by selecting the W-2 4-up with instructions, or without, and clicking on the Print Selected Form button. Please remember that a proper W-2 for the employee must have the instructions printed on the back side. A preview will show the form created with the employees that you have selected. If you choose the one with instructions, make sure you select two-sided printing when you print. To print the W-2s to send to the federal government, select the W-2 Copy A and click on Printed Selected Form. The other reports work exactly like the ones we just described. To create the electronic file for the federal government, enter your SSA user ID provided to you from the Social Security Administration. Then click the Create W-2 Electronic button. A file dialog will appear asking where to put the file on your computer. Choose a location and then click on Save. A full review of the W-2 process. Choose the tax year to report on. Select the Calculate options to use. Calculate the W-2 for the tax year if needed. Verify that each employee is correct. Select the employees to act on. Select your W-3 options. Print your necessary forms. And optionally create the electronic file.